So this is the van when it's empty. Down here is the very basic electrical panel. So in this box we've got a normal lead acid leisure battery. We've got the control panel here. Move that out of the way. And then that's a 1000-watt inverter, which is a very nice piece of kit, and that came from my old van, which unfortunately I had to scrap. There, fastened up behind the passenger seat, is sections of the bed. There's also a fold-out chair and a fold-out solar panel. So we can see when the van's empty, there's plenty of space for transporting my tools, building supplies, handyman stuff, that kind of thing. And normally those are some of my toolboxes that go in. So strapped up against the wall is the bed. So if we come around the other side, and I can explain how that functions. So here we've got the bed, and in most cases when people have a bench type bed in a smaller vehicle, they normally have the bed which rests on a built-in frame, and then within the frame they have storage. And my thought was, well, rather than building a frame and then having storage, why not have the storage as part of the structure of the bed? Which is why I've got some boxes here. And if I just pause the camera for a minute, I can explain how it all works. So here we've got the boxes in place, and those boxes, there's 6 of them, they're stacked two boxes high, which gives a height of about 30 centimetres, which by my calculation made the bed high enough, but also when I'm using it as a sofa I won't bang my head on the roof of the van. Stacked together like that, that gives a frame or a base to the bed of 60 centimetres wide and 120 centimetres long, which is the size of the first piece of the bed base. So once we've unfastened the strap, we get 2 pieces of plywood which pop down, and then if we're using it in sofa mode we can leave it like that with the upholstered cushion, and we've got a sofa. Now the second major piece of the sofa is the backrest, which I normally store up here out of the way. And there we are with the second piece of the backrest up. So that makes a 2-person sofa. Obviously in that configuration the base is about 50 centimetres wide, or front to back 50 centimetres, 120 centimetres long, so big enough for 2. And then we've got a big shelf at the side there, and I'll explain that as I go along. So this is the sofa, and to make it into a bed is quite a simple process. First of all, we slide those grey boxes to a middle point on the floor. So the boxes can now support the second piece of ply, which makes up the main part of the bed. And to do that is quite easy. We just slide the ply across. So there we are, we've got both pieces of ply down and flat, and the ply on the right rests on a wooden lip here. Obviously it rests on the boxes here. The ply on the left has got a piano hinge, so it can hinge up out of the way, like so, when we want to transport lots of things. So that's the main section of the bed down. So that gives us a piece of bed 120 centimetres wide and 120 long. And 120 centimetres wide is the width of a small double. So then we need to add stuff to the end of the bed to make it longer, as long as we need. So the support for the foot end of the bed, again it's a grey box, but what we've done is swivel the boxes around, so now the boxes are lengthways in the van, and then we add a support leg to the end, which is this. So I'll just set that up now. So that's the support leg set up, and the foot end of the bed is actually these two pieces of plywood. So I'll set those up and then I'll explain why I've designed them the way I have. So that's the two end pieces on the bed. These brackets here and further down function in a slightly different way. I'll explain that a bit later on. And so that's the support leg. In actual fact, I need to make that a bit taller because there's a slight angle down which I need to sort out. If we come round to the other side of the van, now you'll note that those extra ply pieces are actually thicker, or they sit higher up than the remainder of the bed. And the reason for this is that on the foot end of the bed I only have 5 centimetres thick foam upholstery. So if we put the foam upholstery into the bed now, you can see what happens. So on the main section of the bed we've got 10 centimetres thick foam, but on the foot end of the bed it's 5 centimetres. My thought process was this: foam's expensive, so don't buy thick foam when thin foam will do. The thick foam on a bed really you need for the hips and shoulders if you're side sleeping. By the time you get to the feet you don't need very much support at all. And the other advantage was that 5 centimetre thick foam takes up less volume, so when I don't need the bed set up but I've still got to carry the foam in the van, it takes up less space. So that's the bed. But also the bed will make into a sofa in a different format. So first of all, take the foam off. So on the ply pieces at the foot end of the bed we've got these metal brackets, and what these brackets do, they sit into slots cut into the base of the bed, which means that I can have a sofa either lengthways in the van or the crossways. So let me set it up and you can see what I mean. So now we've got the ply pieces loosely fastened onto the base of the bed, but at the moment there's no back support, so if you try to sit on that once the cushions are back on, it wouldn't hold. So this is what I've done. So to support the back of the sofa, all I've done is taken a ratchet strap, pass it behind those two panels, and then ratchet strapped it to the van itself. I always carry plenty of ratchet straps anyway. So then with the upholstery on, let's see how it works. So there we are, a rear facing sofa. So if I'm parked up somewhere nice, it's a nice day, you can sit and enjoy the view, if you've got a view. So I hope you found that interesting, my thought processes and the design that it led to. If you have any comments, questions, please feel free to ask. I'd be more than happy to answer if I possibly can. And thanks for watching.